Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Scott Thompson, and you are tuned in to Biblical Finances with Natalie Tilson. Natalie, it's great to have you today. And each month, Natalie comes with some great ideas about biblical principles, how we can handle our money. And if you follow these principles that God has established in His Word, I'm not saying you're going to be rich, but there are ways that we can be more financially secure, correct?
Exactly, Scott. And we hope to get everyone to that financial freedom that we all hope for. So, Scott, for this time, I was hoping to look at the beginning of the year, new year here, 2023. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
But so many people in January, they start the new year with trying to come up with a plan for physical fitness, and they're going to get in shape with those New Year's resolutions.
We're seeing all the commercials, all the weight watching stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People are joining the gyms and making all their plans for getting physically fit. But I wonder how often we look at the pulse of our financial fitness.
Ooh, a lot of people don't even like to talk about that, right?
Oh, no, They sure don't.
Same thing about our weight, right?
That's true.
That's right.
That's true. But, this is a wonderful time for people to make a plan and begin to look at ways of saving money and begin to kind of track that throughout the year so that at the end of the year we can see where we're at and the progress we've made.
Right, and I think a key word that you use there is plan. Most of us
Right.
do not have a plan for our finances, and so we're learning that from you and how important that is, because if you track where your money goes, then you can see, where you're going to be.
Exactly, Scott. So, in studying this, I've looked at a verse from Mark 11:23. It says, "Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be taken up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him." Well, in our lives, we have all these various mountains. It could be all these problems. It could be health problems, financial problems. And, we've talked in the past about that mountain of debt.
That's right.
And I think that to begin this year, it's a good time for us to speak to that mountain of debt and what we need to do to take that out of our lives. Hopefully, maybe by even the end of the year, if that's our
good.
goal.
And you've talked about taking control of your money and instead of letting your money control you.
Exactly, Scott. So there's some financial exercises that I would like to challenge everyone to do to start off this new year.
Okay.
So first of all, I think it would be great if everyone would list all their debts from the smallest to the largest, like that big mountain that they've accumulated over time of debt, and start to tackle that with the smallest one first. That's the smallest balance they have first.
Okay.
And then the second financial exercise would be to look at your spending. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can download the past 3 to 6 months of your credit card or debit card statements just to get a feel of the type of spending that you normally do over the course of a month. Some people might say, well, I don't have a computer. I'm not able to do that. Well, that's fine. You probably have a checkbook where you record your checks in the back, so you can take a look at that and just sort of come up with the idea of how you're spending your money. Where is that money going? And then from that, find some ways where you can slim down your spending and apply that additional money that you can identify to paying off that debt, once again, starting with the smallest balance first, and begin to chip away at that mountain over this year. And just some suggestions that I came up with for finding some extra money. And I would really encourage everyone to do this as a family. This is a great thing.
Who needs extra money out here? Yes, yes. I see those hands, yes.
But, if you sit down as a family and you come up with these ideas together, it's amazing. You might have an idea that I might not have, or the children might have an idea, or the grandchildren. This is a great way to come together as a family and work on this together. But just some of the ways I've come up with is to limit the times that you eat out at restaurants.
Wow, that is amazing. The prices just in the past few weeks have really gone up, and even at fast food stuff, not to mention the really nice restaurants, have gone up 20, 30% or more.
Exactly, Scott.
And that's a biggie, and we don't realize that So we have to make plans if we're not going to spend that money either to pack our lunch or, eat more at
Right.
home and shop accordingly. But yeah, that's getting to be a big one right there.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
And if you can cut out eating out one time a week, for most couples, if they go out to eat, you're going to spend $50
Oh, yes, easy.
easily.
Yes.
Easily. So if you can cut that out one time a week
Yeah.
over the course of the 52 weeks that are in the year, that would be a savings of $2,600.
Wow. And it's the accumulative stuff that
Oh, it
really blows
is.
your mind when you start looking at this. And the same thing with our debt retirement. If we can keep from giving our money to the bank and paying that interest rate, we can use our money more beneficially for ourselves or for charities or whatever
Exactly.
to help us. But man, when you compile that like that, that's what we need. That's the goal kind of stuff that we need to
Yes.
set for us. I think that's
Just
great.
for making that one
Yeah.
simple adjustment in
Wow.
your lifestyle. Another one would be, like you said, Scott, to pack your lunch. I know that it's convenient when you're working. You might want to, get out and just go to get that fast food. Well, just for one person, it's easily $10, $12
Yes.
for your lunch.
And fuel, gas to go out.
That's
Yeah.
right. So if you can save $10 a day, and I looked at that over the course of, let's say, 260 working days, that's working 5 days a week, 52 weeks in a year. The savings there is once again another $2,600.
Wow. Look at that money you could take and buy some decent food
Exactly.
to pack, and you could eat really nice.
You really could.
Everybody else would be wondering how you're doing that. That's a great idea, though. That's incredible.
And then the third one that I came up with was make your own coffee.
Oh, really? Okay.
I know that it's so convenient, and so many people like to go to those coffee shops each morning and get that $6 cup of coffee. It's convenient. It's a nice little pick-me-up of the mornings. But do you know, Scott, that if you're doing that every day, that $6 cup of coffee over the course of 365 days in the year, there's a savings of $2,190.
Wow. So you're talking 2, 4, 6. You're talking about $6,000 to $8,000.
It's
of
actually
things, extra money.
$7,390
Wow.
just for making those 3 simple lifestyle adjustments.
There
And
you
it's
go.
not that I'm saying don't eat or don't drink
Right,
coffee. It's
right,
just these are
right.
simple savings.
And out of that money, the $10 that you're saving for your own meal, you could probably do your own meal for $5.
Oh, easily.
Or even cheaper than that. So yeah, that's a substantial savings, and still get to eat and have your coffee and whatever. So
Have your
yeah,
coffee too.
That's
That's
right.
right.
like it.
So I would really encourage people to get together as a family, come up with some of these ideas, and set a goal for the year. Follow up, maybe every month, every quarter or something, to see where you're at, because it helps to check that progress, just like in losing weight. We
Yes.
want to see that the scales, our weight's coming
That's
down.
our accountability, right?
Exactly.
When we step on the scales.
And that way we know that we're actually doing something that's good for ourselves, and
Yes.
we're seeing that progress.
Right.
So I would encourage people to just check and see where you're at,
Yeah.
and that keeps everyone accountable. And then at the end of the year, I think people are going to be really surprised to see how they chip away at that debt.
Wow, that's some great ideas, Natalie. Thank you so much for bringing those and sharing those today. And I want to encourage you, we don't need to tell anybody about what's going on in our economy right now with the price of food and fuel and all those things. And it's hard because a lot of people are barely making it, and we want to see people succeed in their life. And going into debt is not going to help you accomplish your goals. So I want to encourage you, pick up God's Word, look at it. You will not believe how many scriptures are in there about finances, and that's one thing that God says to test Him on.
Exactly.
And so, we just want to encourage you to get in God's Word. He's got the answers that you're looking for. He's there to help us, and I'm so thankful for that. We're thankful for you joining us today, and pray that you have a great new year. And I am praying that you'll get into God's Word and take these tidbits of advice that Natalie shared with us today and apply those in your life. You have a great day. Thanks, Natalie.
Thank you, Scott.